Hello friends, this is Safa and welcome to Safa Editive Info. Today we are going to learn about classification of elements, a periodic table of the elements: hydrogen, helium, lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon, potassium, calcium, scandium, titanium, vanadium, chromium, manganese, iron, cobalt, nickel, copper, zinc, gallium, germanium, arsenic, selenium, bromine, krypton, rubidium, strontium, yttrium, zirconium, niobium, molybdenum, technetium, ruthenium, rhodium, palladium, silver, cadmium, indium, and tin. So these all are the elements. We have 118 elements, and the elements are classified in a periodic table, and we have S block, D block, F block, and etc. P blocks we have. Before telling about all the blocks, let me tell you about periodic table. Classification of elements and periodic table. It is very difficult to study and remember the properties of all the elements. So to study the properties of elements in a better way and to know the relation between one element and another, a classification of elements is necessary. So what it is telling? It is telling that to remember to study about the elements, about its properties, we can't remember some of the elements, we'll forget. And to study in a better way or a nice, easy way, so we should classify the elements. It is very necessary so that we can study that elements in a better way. The elements are arranged in a table which is called the long form of the periodic table. So the elements are classified in a table which is called the periodic table. The table consists of horizontal rows and vertical columns. There are 7 horizontal rows called periods and 18 vertical columns called groups. So what it is telling in a periodic table, it is consisting of horizontal rows. In chemistry, we will tell horizontal rows as periods and vertical columns as groups. So there are 7 periods and 18 groups. Periods and groups. The elements in long form of the periodic table are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic number. The physical and the chemical properties of the elements are the periodic function of their atomic number or electronic configuration. This is called the modern periodic law of Mosley periodic law. So the elements in the long form of the periodic table are arranged in the increasing order of their atomic number. So what it is telling? So the elements are arranged in long form of the periodic table. How it is arranged? It is arranged in increasing order by their atomic number, and the physical properties and the chemical properties of the elements are the periodic function of their atomic number of electronic configuration. So, and also they arranged by its physical and chemical properties and by their periodic function of their atomic number and mass number or electronic configuration. And this is also called as modern periodic law of Mosley periodic law. Mosley is a scientist name who discovered this all periodic law. Based on the modern periodic law, Niels Bohr arranged all the elements in some horizontal rows and some vertical columns in the form of a table called long form of periodic table or modern table. So one scientist named Niels Bohr, he arranged the modern periodic law in some horizontal rows. He arranged some elements in horizontal rows, means periods in some elements in vertical columns, means groups, in the form of a periodic table, or we can also tell as modern table. Periods. There are 7 horizontal rows in the periodic table. These are called periods. First period. So what it is telling that? So there are 7 periods. I already told you that horizontal rows are called as periods and vertical columns are called as groups. There are 7 periods and we are going to discuss about all the 7 periods. First period. It contains only 2 elements, hydrogen and helium. So it is called the shortest period. So what it is telling that in the first period, it is having only 2 elements. What it is? First element is hydrogen and second element is helium. So the first period is called as the shortest period because it is having only 2 elements. Second period, it contains 8 elements: lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. So in second period, it is containing only 8 elements, and in third period, it contains 8 elements: sodium, magnesium, aluminium, silicon, phosphorus, sulfur, argon. So in third period also it is containing 8 elements. The second and the third periods are called short periods. So what it is telling in first period, it is having 2 elements. That's why it is called the shortest period. And second and third period are having only 8 elements and it is called as short periods. Periods. Fourth period, it contains 18 elements from potassium to krypton. So fourth period is containing 18 elements. Fifth period, it contains 18 elements from rubidium to xenon. The fourth and fifth periods are called long periods. So what is telling? In fourth period, it is containing 18 elements. In fifth period, it is containing 18 elements. And both the fourth and fifth periods are called as long periods. Sixth period, it contains 32 elements from CS to Rn and is called the longest period. So what it is telling that in sixth period, it is containing 32 elements and it is called as the longest period in the periodic table. So in first period, it is having 2 elements and it is called as shortest period. And in second period, it is having 8 and in third period, it is having 8 elements and it is called as short period. And fourth period are having 18 and fifth period is having 18 and they fourth and fifth are called as long periods. Sixth period is having 32 elements and it is called as longest period. Seventh period, it contains 32 elements from Fr to Og. The sixth and seventh periods are called longest period. So what it is telling, in sixth period is having 32 and in seventh period it is having 32 and the sixth and seventh are called as the longest periods. Groups. There are 18 vertical columns in the periodic table called groups. They are represented as first A, second A, third A, fourth B, fifth B, sixth B, seventh B, the eighth B, first B, second B, third A, fourth A, fifth A. Sixth A, seventh A, eighth A, 0 groups. The groups are numbered as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 is respectively from left to right. So there are 18 vertical columns in the periodic table and they are called as groups. I already told you that horizontal rows are called periods and vertical columns are called groups. So there are 18 groups, and again it is represented as first A, second A, third A, fourth B, fifth B, sixth B, seventh B, eighth B, first B, second B, third A, fourth A, fifth A. And 6th A, 7th A and 8th A are the zero groups. They comes under zero groups. And again the groups are numbered as 1, 2, 3, 4 from 1 to 18. And they are respectively located from left to right. Lanthanides and actinides are placed in group 3rd B because of their similarity in chemical properties. They are placed below the main body of the periodic table. So lanthanides and actinides are in the same group, that is 3rd B group, but because they have the similar properties of chemical property in the chemical properties, and but they are below the main body of the periodic table. I want to tell you that magical numbers is also there: 2, 8, 8, 18, 18, 32, 32. They show the same properties on the elements. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.